this Saturday at the YMCA Log Lodge, the community will rally to bring light to a critical subject. The annual Drug Overdose Walk will take place, and joining us to talk about the event is the founder, Rebecca Rogers, whose brother Jay died from an overdose 10 years ago. Welcome, Rebecca.
Hi.
Tell us about your brother Jay.
So Jay was just about 20 months older than me, so I grew up with him forever. He ended up, I think what happened was he did tell me he was given a Vicodin when he was like 12 years old at school, and I didn't know the impact that that would make on somebody's life, but it did. It made a huge impact. Got into opiates, and then he overdosed, like you said, 10 years ago. He was just the best big brother ever, protective, loving, an amazing, warm person.
Yeah, we didn't know much about opioids 10 years ago. There wasn't a lot of knowledge about their addictive nature, and of course now we know. The stigma of drug overdose death is something that this effort is designed to remove, because the idea that someone who dies from a drug overdose must have had a character issue is so untrue, isn't it? Correct,
yes. So I think that was the whole reason that we decided to get together and try to put together this walk, because of how many warning signs maybe there were that I didn't see because it wasn't talked about. I didn't know exactly how impactful this drug was. I didn't realize how hard it was to get off of. And if I would have known, I would have been prepared, I think, and I could have maybe been or done better to be a support system. Yeah. But it's all about knowing and being able to open up and talk about it.
Yeah, well, you're not alone. One of the issues you're going to be discussing and raising awareness about is the use of Narcan and the availability of Narcan. How important is it to know about Narcan, what it can do, and how it can save lives?
It's extremely important. I think anyone that has even teens or anybody who is battling with addiction, has a family member, a loved one that's battling addiction, or just walks around downtown at all, because there could be somebody overdosed. It's important to give everyone a second chance at life by having that Narcan and, giving them the other step to maybe get better. It could be their rock bottom. Yeah. So we could help somebody.
These addictions can creep up on us. And it's like you say, you can start off with a casual use, and before you know it, it snowballs into something, with your brother's case, of where you really don't know where to turn because you're so involved in the effects of the drug.
Yeah, and that did happen. I do remember my mom telling me she didn't want him, my brother Jay, sharing with me that he was addicted to heroin. And I remember thinking, that's so silly, but it's because of the stigma that it holds with it. And he finally, broke down in high school and told her, I can't control this. I need help. Yeah. And he started the process of getting the help he needed, but it's very tough, especially for a kid to say, I'm in deep. Yeah. And I don't know where to go.
Especially if they're a strong personality, or someone who asserts themselves as strong, I can beat this, or this isn't getting a hold of me, or I'm not addicted to this. It's the denial, and it's something that is very insidious. That's the nature of the opioids.
And that's the thing. Nobody, I hope, I'm guessing, nobody starts off using any drug and thinks, I'm going to be homeless, or I'm going to be addicted. This is going to take over my entire life, like opiates do. So nobody goes into it thinking they're not going to have a hold on it, or that they're going to be the person that can beat it.
Talk about the event, when it's happening. We mentioned this Saturday, and how people can get involved. Saturday morning?
Saturday morning. So it's 9 a.m. to noon. The signs that we have of the loved ones that we've lost will be up until about 5. So if you're unable to make the start of the walk, you are more than welcome to join anytime. There's no registration. You don't have to buy a t-shirt. Just come. We'll have Narcan available from Winnebago Health Department, NA, AA, a few other recovery centers, and some grief groups. And just an absolutely open, loving community will be there until about noon. So
great. Well, Rebecca, we wish you the best of luck and continue the great work with what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, it's been